Train versus car. This is an age-old battle that we all like to witness and watch. And for this video, I've chosen the Bengaluru to Mumbai route, the route between the IT capital of India and the financial capital of India. Now, by road, the distance is almost 1,000 kilometers and the fastest train takes approximately 22 hours. Now, on paper, this seems easily doable, right? Well, I thought of making the run more interesting. I did not want to choose a petrol or a diesel vehicle but an electric offering, and for this drive I have the updated and fantastic XUV400 from the house of Mahindra. And the second interesting thing, well, this route is full of small towns, two-wheeler traffic, truck traffic, and 20% of the distance between Satara and Belgaum is full of diversions because of the ongoing road construction, diversions every few kilometers. So these two interesting parameters, EV and the diversions, will they make the entire run more exciting? Will we win? Will we set a new record? Well, sit back, grab your glass of tea or coffee and few popcorns and watch the entire video unfold in front of you. On the day of the drive, Mr. Harish from India Book of Records came to flag us off. I quickly showed him the new interiors of the XUV400 Pro model as well. And then at 7:15, a record-making drive was flagged off. So what is the plan? In simple terms, driving from Bengaluru to Mumbai with a light right foot while ensuring we don't get stuck between two charging locations, and also quick enough to beat the fastest train. So it's not that simple. Calculations going on every few seconds in my mind right now, but we have a challenge, we have a task, and we shall do it. Now, we left in the morning from an iconic landmark in the middle of Bengaluru, the Vidhan Sabha. What a good backdrop, you will agree. That was approximately 7:15 in the morning. From there on, we got some amount of traffic in the morning, but nothing to hold us up. And then we took the elevated road getting out of the town to the other end. Currently on the NH4, which goes all the way to Mumbai. This will be our companion. The same highway will be with us for the next 15, 16, 18 hours, God knows. I will be updating you every single hour on the distance covered, the average speed, as well as the percentage of battery consumed. Very, very important. For example, after 1 hour, we had done just over 51 kilometers and consumed 13% of battery. That's pretty good efficiency, but it's mainly down to the fact that Bengaluru sits pretty high up in terms of elevation and the outskirts are at a lower elevation. So going forward, this efficiency might take a hit. How much? Well, fingers crossed. I'll be keeping approximately 75 on the speedometer, plus minus 510 kmph whenever the overtaking needs come into the picture. As of now, I've put Rani Benur, which is ahead of Davangere, as the charging stop. We've got GeoBP's high-speed charger, 60 kilowatt over there, and we should reach there, I think, without running out of juice. This is going to be an interesting trip ahead. So stay tuned for all the drama and all the action coming from this record-making journey with the XUV400. The XUV400 was silently chewing up miles at a good pace. In the second hour, we covered 70 kilometers and the figure went up to 73 kilometers in the third hour. This was very encouraging. Ditto for the efficiency. Almost 100 watt-hour per kilometer or 3.8 kilometers for 1% of battery used. Simply superb. The drive is going as per plan till now, and fingers crossed for the route ahead. Currently surrounded by windmill farms on both the sides, and what a feeling, because we are driving an eco-friendly car and these are eco-friendly power solutions. Till now, the efficiency is really nice, very, very encouraging, and I'll talk to you more about the updates in the car at the first charging spot coming up in some time. As the efficiency was pretty high, I decided to skip the GeoBP charging outlet and instead head 16 kilometers ahead to the wheels drive setup. This would also help us grab our late brunch here. At 308 kilometers into the drive and with 11% battery left, we finally arrived here. So the first pit stop over here at a place called Bengaluru, almost 310 kilometers and 81% of charge. This is a good going on the trip. Now in the fourth hour, we had covered 73 kilometers, so even our pace is going up without affecting the efficiency. While the XUV juices up from this wheels drive charger, we'll have our late breakfast and we'll be ready for the next leg. Our next leg was to Belgaum or Belgavi. This distance was to be a shade over 200 kilometers and hence we didn't charge the XUV400 to full capacity, only 67% and zoomed off. The route was pretty much good and our efficiency was spot on. In fact, I loved using the regen every now and then and this was fun as well. Our pace was nice and as a result, we covered 60 kilometers in the 7th hour and 61 in the 8th hour, while not knowing that from here on, our average speed would drop a lot. Why? Well, keep watching till the end. Now, quick update at the 6th hour, we have done over 380 kilometers since the start of the drive from Bengaluru in the morning. In terms of the usage of battery, a total of 102%, so it's pretty healthy figures till now. However, our stoppage time has been on the higher side, I'll agree, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Anyways, back on track, going towards Thardwa right now, then Hubli, then Belgaum. Let me also quickly introduce you this new version. It is called the Pro. It's available in 3 versions. The pricing is out and the pricing is on the screen right now. I think as compared to the earlier avatar of XUV400, this is more value for money than ever before. All the strong points remain: the safety, the handling, the performance, the efficiency, and then this new age interface comes into the picture. In my books, a car's interior is your second space. You spend so much time on the inside and this is where owners and drivers will feel the difference, the premium appeal, the new twin screens, the interface of the touchscreen infotainment system, the way the speedometer console looks like the elder sibling XUV700. You also have a flat bottom steering wheel and then the other features like dual zone climate control and wireless charging. The connected features has gone up to 50 by the way, and the touch reception on this one is pretty nice. All this basically sums up the XUV400 Pro version. It is now up there with the competition. How will the journey go on? Our second charging spot and the third one, and when do we reach Mumbai? Well, it's a long video but worth it. Soon we hit the first roadblock, the 30-kilometer single lane between Hubli and Thardwa. Elevation changes and truck traffic slowed us down, but I did use the punch of this e-SUV to close in on gaps numerous times. And we are down to 10%. It has been a judgment error on my part. Belgaum is pretty high in terms of elevation and because of that we have lost energy rapidly. Thankfully the location is only 5 kilometers from here. However, I hope there is electricity and I hope the charging initiates. Otherwise, we'll be in a big soup. Things were pretty nice till now, but this error might cost us a lot. Let's see. And finally, we made it to the charging station with 9% battery left. A lesson learned for today. Minutes before sunset, we set out for our planned third and last charging stop that was 250 kilometers away. As we crossed over the Hitkal reservoir, the sun started setting into the horizon behind a windmill farm. What a view that was! However, what we had in store ahead cut short the driving pleasure. We were now hitting an endless stretch of diversions and roadwork. Cruising speeds came down and average speeds crashed. The 9th driving hour saw us covering just 41 kilometers. The 10th driving hour was slightly better at 49 kilometers. Things are not looking good for us. The average speeds are really dropping. You can see the total distance done at the 9th hour and then at the 10th hour. In fact, in terms of moving average, in 10 hours, we are not even at 60. This is purely down to the diversions. There are simply so many diversions. It's actually a bit irritating now because we are on a mission. Nevertheless, the good thing about the XUV is that even in the so-called these are the rumble strips on the highway, just to awaken you. If in case you feel sleepy, just ignore them. Uh, yeah, so I was saying the good part is even in the so-called base fun driving mode, there is ample poke in the XUV to close in on gaps, and that is the fun bit happening over here. Likewise, suspension is sorted around diversions. There are so many bumps and speed breakers. I'm literally flying through them. So the control, the composure of the XUV400 is definitely, they are the key highlights for an owner. Our third and the last charging will happen somewhere ahead of Satara in before Pune, and then it will be a home run towards Mumbai. It's going to be a close call because of the charging stops and these diversions. We are currently crossing Kolhapur and the average speeds are shockingly low. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting close end in the end.
To add to our misery, even the toll booth ahead was jam-packed. However, the XUV400 held on strongly and ensured we still covered over 3.25 kilometers for every 1% of battery usage. This infused a lot of confidence in me and we finally drove into this place. By the way, it took us almost 5 hours for the 250 kilometer stint.
We have been on the road for over 15 hours, but finally at the third and the last pit stop for charging the XUV400. We are way before Pune, way before the one-way Khambhatki Ghats at a Xeon charging outlet. This one is supposed to give us an output of 50 kilowatt, but look at this. If you come closer, it keeps on dropping. It's down to 5 kilowatt right now, giving me goosebumps. It will wake up from 5, go to 10, 20, will go towards 45 and then again drops to 5. So there are issues happening at every single junction on this trip. Nevertheless, we should be leaving by around 11:20, 11:30 and should have enough charge to hit Mumbai and then to possibly a landmark to end this epic video.
We juiced up the XUV to 92% and left for the last 218 km stint to Mumbai. Gravity is a great tool and we ate up miles rapidly down the tunnel and then the one-way Khambhatki Ghats. Truck traffic was a constant companion and this continued for over 1 hour.
And finally, the last important part of the trip, we are on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway. A while back, we had bypassed Pune. It's pretty late and that's why the local traffic was not there. Talking of numbers, driving time is 14 hours, 43 minutes, 862 kilometers. And to be frank, we've been on the road since 7:15, which basically means roughly approximately 18 hours. So 18 hours is the total time. 14 hours 43 minutes is the driving time. The rest, that is the time for quick breaks or the charging time for the car. So that's the kind of numbers you're looking at. We should be entering Mumbai in an hour's time or an hour and 30 minutes and we will be beating the time of the quickest train by a good margin.
Thankfully, we did not encounter any traffic jams on the Ghat section. The other carriageway was a mess though.
Less than 19.5 hours is the time we have taken to enter New Mumbai or Navi Mumbai. This time includes the driving time, breaks and of course the charging pit stops as well. This is phenomenal by all means, and if the diversions were not there, we could have been even more quicker. I think from here on, approximately half an hour before we enter Mumbai over the Vashi Creek and then 10-20 minutes into the heart of Mumbai as well, the run has gone off very well. Plus, been on the road for over 19 hours and I've driven the car for almost 2,000 kilometers in the last 3 days and yet I don't feel too tired. Of course, the sleep is setting in, but in terms of driving tomorrow, if I had to be told, I could have driven back to Bengaluru as well. That's the kind of comfort levels, ergonomics the XUV400 is known for. Phenomenal in the EV space.
Mumbai, the city of dreams, awaited this record-making drive. And what a pleasure it was to drive in the early hours of the day. Less traffic, empty roads, and the power of silence inching towards the ending point.
We are at Bandra. This is the I Love Mumbai sign, and the stats are right over here. 982.1 kilometers, 3:18 in the morning, which means just over 20 hours. Exactly 20 hours and 3 minutes back, we were in the heart of Bengaluru at Vidhan Sabha. And now with the Mumbai backdrop, I Love Mumbai, this is Bandra and the C-Link is right over here. What a phenomenal drive it has been across all the roadblocks we were facing. The diversions, finding the right charging pit stops for the XUV400. But in the end, I think we've beaten the timing of the fastest train between Bengaluru and Mumbai by a good 2 hours. Just imagine if the roads are perfect, you can do the trip even in a quicker manner. If this isn't wow, then what is? We go back to Delhi and in a few days' time at a Mahindra showroom, the India Book of Record officials will come. They'll verify all the data we have, the videos we have, and if everything is in place, we get the IBR certificate as well.
A few days later, it was time for celebrations at Concept Mahindra showroom in New Delhi. Shivani Agarwal from India Book of Records was present to authenticate our drive and present us the certificate and the medal. Joining in was Neha Anand, Head, Global Brand and Marketing Communication, Automotive Division. What a day this was, and what a way to shatter myths, misconceptions and wrong notions around EVs.